We move to Europe first, and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has said that he plans to meet US President Donald Trump in the coming days. Zelensky and Trump are seeking to align on a 20-point peace plan to present to Russian President Vladimir Putin. While the allies have agreed on most terms, several issues remain unresolved, including Ukraine's opposition to territorial concessions in the eastern region of Donetsk. Meanwhile, Ukraine's deputy prime minister has said that Russian overnight drones have damaged Slovakia, Palau and Liberia-flagged vessels in the ports of Ukraine's Odessa and Mykolaiv regions. The minister has added that there were no casualties, but the attacks caused power cuts in the Odessa region. Joining us now is Mati Zaweg, a geopolitical commentator from He joins us live from Tel Aviv. Mati, thank you very much for joining us here on NewsX World. Of course, the United States and Ukraine trying to align on a peace deal to present to Russian President Vladimir Putin. Now, in regards to the Biden administration, this wouldn't have been a problem to align. However, under Donald Trump, things are very much different. What do you think is going to be pushed by the US president in this meeting? Do you think he's going to keep up the demands for territory, or do you think Donald Trump will let Kiev choose its territorial integrity itself?
Well, I think it's very clear from the first moment that Trump took the administration that he brought a different kind of view in what must be done. And the view is basically, at any means, we must do peace. We must finish this because it's good for you and it's good for me too. I mean, it's good for the States too. And he started with his tactics of humiliating Zelensky. So Putin was very pleased with that. But in the meanwhile, it has passed 1 year of slowly conquers of the Russians on the ground, more and more villages and area and dams, etc. And they are circumvallating all the eastern parts and cities, big cities from Ukraine. And that's what continued to be. And in this last year also, it has been very clear what is the model on the ground, because the Russians are winning on the ground and the Ukrainians are winning tactical wins, hitting very hard all the drones industries and storage industries and tanks industries and refineries, etc., in the southwest part of Russia and in Crimea, like 1.5 day ago, that they hit in Mirny, in the Crimean Peninsula, a place that storage all the new drones that the Russians are trying to build. From this point of view, I think that also Russia is an inflex point of having too much collateral damage from their economy and for the continuation of this war. So maybe they are going to change their minds, but not the way they treat Ukrainians or being very generous, sitting on a ceasefire or a peace deal. So I think at this point, if Trump is clean, let's say, and he's coming equally for both sides, he's going to say to Putin, that's enough. I understood you continue all this year to conquer several territories. You must stop now, or else you are going to force me to go back to Biden's point of view of massively helping Ukraine against Russia and trying to get a better outcome in the future. So I think something maybe in the middle, they are going to meet maybe in the middle of this kind of views, and they are going to talk about a ceasefire limited maybe, that includes things that can avoid Russia for continuing all their damage, all their territory, like in, I said, in Mirny, for instance, but you have in other places, like, for instance, inside Russia, all kind of storage and places that have been hit very hard. And don't forget also that in the last days, important generals had been killed inside Moscow, and you never know where it's coming from. If it's really courageous, I don't know, planning of the Ukrainians, or it's a kind of internal thing that is happening on the highest level in Russia. They are, of course, blaming the Ukrainians.
Yes, indeed. Matti, do stay with us as we have further news coming out of the Middle East this time.